Monopoly. Probably the most infamous overmarketed game in the world, widely known for ripping families apart and ruining what could have been a nice night of board games. This excuse for entertainment has insidiously entered every home and has caused more harm to the board game hobby than any other single thing. However, games have many purposes, and I am here to tell you that despite its earned reputation as an assassin of fun in cardboard clothing, Monopoly is actually great!
Because I lost the prediction contest.
Games can have multiple purposes other than being fun. Games have been developed as tools for therapy, to make otherwise mundane tasks fun, as workout aids, to entertain pets, and of course, teaching tools. It's an asset of the human condition that we can quickly learn by example, and games provide interactive experiences. From simple games to teach children about maths, language or logic, to games that can improve your social capacity, or even teach socioeconomic theory. It's the most commonly known anecdote in board gaming that Monopoly is actually based on a game known as the Landlord's Game, which was designed specifically as a learning experience to disprove the main pieces of what Monopoly tries to market as fun. Elizabeth Maggie created it to demonstrate the negative consequences of private land ownership, intending the players to perceive through the lens of the game the inevitable result of one landowner eventually owning everything on the board, thereby teaching suspicions of unfairness regarding the property market that children could carry into adulthood. The original game also included a set of rules known as the single tax system, which was supposed to be the fix for the inherent unfairness of the game by applying Georgist principles to the rules of the game, which would result in a more fair game where all players would be able to gain prosperity. But Landlord's Game didn't just prove itself capable of teaching economic theory, but also brought some innovations to board gaming as a whole. One of the innovations was the continuous track that looped around the game board. It's a common design nowadays, but at the time, games mostly had a set path from start to finish. That's right, you really have Monopoly to thank for continuous track movement used in most board games and subsequent developments for it such as the Kramer track.
Isn't Monopoly just the best?
The original Landlord's Game also specified a certain length of the game. The game would be over and all the wealth counted when all players had moved around the board 5 times, making sure that the game wouldn't be a tedious experience that could go on forever. A player who finished their quintuple rounds could choose the direction they would move in while waiting for other players to finish. Choosing any direction to move your piece in was another addition that would become pretty common in boards with continuous movement tracks, and pretty much used in all movement-based board games nowadays, and you can thank Monopoly for that! Even the modern version of Monopoly has seen use in studies to explain the class struggle and the inherent outcomes social background can have on success. In this example, the intergroup Monopoly experiment, one player is set up with a lot of advantages, one player plays the game normally, and the 2 other players receive various disadvantages, among which are that their ability to attain success really depends on attacking the other disadvantaged player. After half the game time, the additional rules are removed, and all players are told that they now play the rest of the game equally. Of course, the head start granted to the person with all the advantages makes it impossible for the others to catch up. Used in this way, it provides a valuable basis for a discussion around the principles of unfairness and wealth distribution, as originally intended by the creator. Games are tools, and any tool should be used for its correct purpose. You wouldn't bring Screwdriver to game night and claim that this is a fun game for 4 to 6 people. As a tool to teach social and economic theory, Monopoly is brilliant, and that is why it's a great game. For teaching purposes only. Don't bring this out during family game nights. Do not buy this hellish abomination for any person you care about. Stop supporting the mass-marketed trend of name recognition associated with a product that is fed from the tears of crying children across the planet. Ask your toy store to burn each copy on a sacrificial flame so it may be sent back to the infernal fires in which it was formed. Anyway, that's Monopoly.